So we're back. It's been a long time, like I just mentioned. I haven't recorded in a minute now, but I'm glad to have you here, Logan. For those of you who I don't know, I don't even think I've announced this yet, but we got our new co-host officially, and I'm super excited to welcome you to the small crew. And yeah, tell me a little bit about yourself. You can start wherever, first steps or first hunt wherever you want. No big deal.
Oh yeah, Brad. Thanks for the introduction and thanks for having me on here. I'm Logan Lloyd. I'm from Eastern Nebraska. Grew up there my whole life. Hunted right around there as well. Went to school at the University of Nebraska Lincoln. Uh, really got into waterfowl hunting even more there with some buddies. Um, but the backtrack for where I got started hunting was with my dad, right south of the Platte River, waterfowl hunting. I've been doing that since basically since I could walk. All thanks to him for getting me introduced to the game, and now I'm addicted to it. So waterfowl was the first sport for me to get into, and then kind of followed deer, followed that, and turkey as well. So ever since I was little, been chasing them all.
Hell yeah. What do you remember what your like first hunt was? What if you shot anything, or were you just like, young enough to where you could just watch, or how was that like, or what was that like, I
Oh
should
yeah,
say.
for the first couple years, probably for sure was just being in the blind with dad, kind of seeing what's done, but not having a gun in my hand. I think that was kind of the best way to do it. I shouldn't say we kind of have a little hunt club where we're at there south of the Platte, and it's not your typical hunt club. It's just dad and his buddies and guys that have gotten to know each other, or more so friends than any sort of club deal. But it's kind of cool to see how everyone's grown the
It's almost
last
better even.
decade, 15 years since I've been in the blind with them. And yeah, oh yeah, it's yeah. When the blind's full and you're not shooting anything, you're still getting plenty of entertainment. Let's just say that.
Yeah, definitely. What type of birds were you guys shooting? A little bit of everything, or
Yeah, a lot of it's a heavy goose spot. So the Platte River where we're at is actually a refuge, so you can't hunt on the Platte for a certain stretch, however many miles. So kind of double edged sword. You got a spot that can hold a bunch of birds, but you can't hunt on it, right? So it's just sanctuary that holds them. But once that river freezes up and you get your little potholes, and we got some aerators that keep our pits open out there, and it can be pretty dang good when you get the right conditions to line up. I'm sure, like
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh yeah, it can be definitely a heavy weather dependent spot, especially October, November, when you don't have as many geese that are piled up in that central flyway on the Platte there in eastern Nebraska. But when you get those heavy north wind days in late October through November, yeah, that's when we have our best mallard days for sure. And then anything past that, oh, December mark into January and start of February, season goes through February 9th there for that unit. But that's when the goose hunting gets really good. But hell, we had that 2019 flood out there, and that changed a lot. I think pushed the flyway east or west, but not in our direction. That's for sure.
Really. Yeah, what do you I mean, I didn't even know there was a flood, honestly, back then. What do you say made that change? What made them avoid that area, I guess is my question.
It's hard saying, but there was a period there. Let's see, it was late February, March. They'd be coming back. There's just so much water everywhere. I don't know if they got used to a certain area, so when they came back south that the next fall, had the pattern that they wanted to be on. But hell, when I was 10 years old up to 2019 there, it was mallards were heavy. Probably probably 2015. Things started to slow down after 2015 a little bit, but used to be a three
Okay,
400 ducks a year kind of spot, and now we're lucky to break 100.
sure. Yeah, I feel like that might be the case for a lot of people almost anywhere. Obviously, spot dependent, but like majority, it feels like the ducks are, they're getting killed off way less than they used to be, as in like there's less of a population of them overall. And obviously, I haven't been bird hunting too long in my life, but I'm listening to other podcasts and guys, old schoolers that have been doing it for a long time now, and that's what I hear. I'm coming out of their mouths, just how long it's been since they've had a day like the olden days, or just with like mad populations.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, 10, 12 years ago, it'd be a bad day to have a group of guys and go out there and shoot a dozen. Now you go out there and shoot a dozen. That's a great day. Just so much has changed. I think there's a hell of a lot more pressure. I mean, even though it depends on the area, as numbers come out about the amount of hunters in the Midwest going down. I mean, sure doesn't feel like it where we're hunting.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely uprising hunters. And then I know COVID probably got a lot of guys out there that normally, weren't doing this type of stuff. And technology is always changing, so that's making the birds smarter, and the list
Right?
goes
COVID
on.
hit. Yep, COVID hit, and everybody bought a shotgun and a fishing pole and boat. Yeah. How about Wisconsin? How's the flyway there?
I got to be honest with you. I've only hunted here two or three times for ducks. Usually I stuck with whitetail, and by the time I got into ducks, I moved out to Montana. So that was like, my introduction to duck hunting was out west, and it's not the best flyway for it, especially like western Montana where I was hunting. But once I started to figure out, the patterns and their spots, it was I don't want to say it was easy, but it definitely became less of a challenge just because overall, like by the time the duck hunting started, everyone else was hunting elk, mule deer, antelope. There's a whole lot of options out there. So I feel like overall there was just less pressure. And I hear stories about the Midwest hunting, and it just sounds hell of a lot better out here. So I don't doubt that like there's a ton more pressure just overall with the amount of species, the numbers. It's a central flyway, so it just sounds a lot more pleasing for a duck hunter to be out here rather than Western Montana.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, you definitely get a diversity of ways to hunt waterfowl around here for sure. From hunting pits over water, hunting marshes or pothole regions, um, field hunting. And there's a plethora of options to try and chase game here.
No, definitely, yeah, and I'm looking forward to it this fall. But yeah, it's just I feel like I'm gonna kind of be restarting all over again, obviously with spots, but also just like the knowledge. I feel like guys definitely have a lot more knowledge out here than out west, and there's more guys to learn from, so that'll be fun. Just starting over and learning it all over again, and hopefully just become an overall better waterfowl hunter. That's always the goal, right?
No doubt, no doubt. And the people that you meet on public ground. I mean, when I was in Lincoln and elsewhere, we hunted all around there, and you meet quite a few people out on public land. Some don't like you, but some you can make good friends with. It's just kind of like the hunting community, right? It can be toxic at times, but you can make best friends doing this kind of stuff as well. But no, down in Lincoln hunting public marshes, I met one of my really good buddies to this day. So it's one of those things that you just kind of got to get out and put yourself out there. If you hunt solo or only with another guy, introduce yourself to other guys in the parking lot, and I think that's what hunting's all about. Not necessarily trying to be the one out in the public marsh that's taking everybody's birds, sky busting them. You know what I mean.
Oh, definitely, 100%. Yeah, that's a good point right there too. Yeah, just overall respect to other people, and that's how you make the friends. It's you're not going to get too far if you're just keeping it to yourself or not letting others have any success.
for sure.
How long? So you said your season goes through, or in Nebraska, it went to February 15th, did you say?
February 9th is goose season, but duck season will
February 9th.
end of early January. They're starting to mess around a little bit with splits and changing a little bit of zones around, but it shouldn't change too much. I know they've come out with the new one for this fall, but I haven't taken the time to really nail down the dates yet. But yeah, goose season goes
When
for quite
did,
a bit
I
longer
mean,
than duck.
gotcha, yeah. I like that. I know I'm used to Montana. It would be pretty similar. I mean, I don't know when you guys started down there. For Montana, it'd be like first week of October. And just moving to Wisconsin, I'm learning how short their season is. When did it start for you in Nebraska?
Yep, mid October for
Gotcha.
well, mid to late October for geese, early to mid October for ducks, depending on what zone you're in, and then early teal, uh, usually that first Saturday in September, and that used to be 3 weeks. I want to say now it's down to 2 weeks, but I didn't do as much of that early teal hunting growing up until I mean I did somewhat, but not as hard as I did in college. I mean getting up at 4 in the morning with some college buddies, going shoot some teal, scrap out some teal in a marsh. There's nothing that could beat that.
Well, definitely. I mean, I might just be not, knowledge enough, but or didn't even care to check, but I don't believe there was an early teal season in Montana. So that's something new to me too, or I'm like, holy shit, I
Really?
can start hunting birds in September. That sounds awesome. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird, but I mean, like I said, I might just be unaware of what's going on. But I don't think so because last season for sure I was pretty dialed in with every date that was marked on the FWP website and whatnot. And I don't think there was a teal season.
Yeah. Now we're fortunate to have what we do here. It's kind of one of those seasons that scratches the itch for you before the real deal begins. You know.
Oh, totally, definitely. Yeah, and I can't wait. I mean, it's also just a good time to get yourself prepared, like mentally, for waking up that early and making sure all your gear is good before the real deal begins.
Yep. And it's good to get out there and make sure your shotgun's shooting straight before big
Yeah,
duck and
exactly.
goose starts. I mean, get out there and them teal are freaking rockets. They're called blue rockets for a reason. Those blue winged teal. They're quick.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, it's a hard target for sure. But yeah, like you said, good practice. Do you have any stories you want to share, like your favorite hunt, most memorable hunt, anything like that, for bird wise?
For waterfowl, oh man, there's a lot of them, but I don't know. I always vividly remember going out with my dad and his buddies and guys in the hunting group growing up, and I wouldn't hit a damn thing, but just being there to watch them do their thing and take a few shots here and there. Yeah, but I don't know. It was a lot of fun growing up with this group, and they killed a lot of stuff. Then I eventually got into shooting more, but hunting with dad is always memorable. It's just one of those things, you know. Um, Days that you get 2 man limit of geese late season, those are always super memorable. I think some of the most fun hunts we've had out there is when you don't see shit till 9:30. Morning's been a bust, and then late morning, early afternoon, things just crank on, go 0 to 100. It's just nonstop.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and I could imagine what it was like growing up, being able just to not even shoot yet, but just watch and hang out and, just see what's going on and watch your dad and his buddies just, have a blast out there. That'd be a good time for sure. Um,
Oh yeah,
Growing up for me, I didn't my dad was like I have two older sisters, so he was like kind of out of it for a little bit, hunting wise, and he kind of got back into it here and there, would go, but didn't really spark up his interest again until I was like, "Hey, Dad, I want to learn what this is about." And when I was like, 11 or 12, whenever I could take that test to get my hunter's license, it took me out one day, like the season before, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I want to do this. I'm going to commit to this." And yeah, I've always wondered what it'd been like bird hunting or waterfowl hunting specifically at that age, or what it'd be like. What am I trying to say here? The like beginning steps that I had to like kind of figure out on my own. What it'd been like just to fast forward a little bit past that, just to see, what I could be at this age, I guess. If this sounds like I'm knocking my dad, but I swear I'm not. Um, just out of like, living through you a little bit, just seeing like how far you've come, being able to watch your dad do this stuff is pretty cool.
for sure. No, I know what you're saying. It's a blessing to be able to grow up, and like you kind of said, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing or be as fascinated with the sport and the outdoors if it weren't for being raised through it. So all props to those who help their sons get out there and keep it moving forward from generation to generation.
Definitely, yeah, it's important. Um, as much as we're talking about, populations going down for the birds, it's like, so someone's got to be out there still to care about them, put money towards it so that they can keep reproducing and being supported. And, it's one big cycle that a lot of people who don't hunt, they don't understand, that we are helping them in the long run. And it's important that, like you were saying, to get the young ones out there and into it early, and hopefully they'll carry that on through the generations.
No doubt. I always joke with some buddies from college, like, what would we be doing if we weren't so fascinated and spent all our time hunting? And be like, well, we'd sure as hell have a lot more money.
Yeah. True that, honestly.
But
I could see that for sure. And that goes with, a lot of hobbies nowadays, but hunting is definitely up there. I mean, same with fishing. It's just
oh yeah,
kind of drains your pockets, but there's a lot worse
worth it.
things out there.
Yep, for sure, it's worth
Yeah.
it 1,000%.
So how'd you I know you're getting into bow hunting or have been into it for a little while now. Explain how you got into that. Did your dad do any of that when you were growing up at all?
So Dad didn't actually shoot a deer with a rifle until a couple years ago when he shot a couple does late season because my brother and I failed to fill the freezer. But he grew up strictly archery hunting, strict archery hunter. He grew up in Western Iowa, so he
Oh,
was
that's a
fortunate
nice
to
spot.
have some acres to private ground to hunt there, and he was pretty successful with his bow there. But yeah, he's 100% archery hunter. He doesn't deer hunt. Hell, ever since we were little, he kind of gave up archery hunting and let me and Devin take the reins deer hunting in the same general area that we do south of the Platte in eastern Nebraska. But yeah, I got really into bow hunting sophomore junior year high school probably. Before that I hunted with
Okay.
a
Yeah.
before that I hunted with a rifle, and slug shotgun, and I don't know. You have 2 week rifle period. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. Great experience doing that when I was young, but once I got a bow in my hand, it was just I don't know the adrenaline, the challenge just kind of drew me to consistently try to get better with the bow. I started out with the Diamond
Definitely.
Bowtech um, youth bow. Shot a few deer with that, and then Dad bought me a Hoyt Carbon Matrix for my birthday. Oh, probably sophomore year of high school, and from there I've shot that ever since, or up till hell 4 or 5 months ago when I splurged on a Matthews V3X. But I actually
Nice.
haven't shot anything with that Matthews yet. But that Hoyt's got some stories. Let me tell you for sure. Some good rut
Oh, I could
stories
imagine.
from the stand on deer and as well as turkeys. Missed
Hell
some
yeah.
deer, missed some turkeys with
So,
that bow, but it wouldn't change it for anything.
no, definitely. I think I don't know where I got all mixed up, but I didn't realize you were bow hunting for as long as you have been.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm really into archery.
Yeah, I mean, I was bow hunting in high school, and I had similar setup with that youth bow, and I didn't, do anything special with it, so I had no reason to upgrade. I could have shot does, but I was always looking for a buck, so never really put an arrow through anything with that. But once I was in Montana and I saw archery elk hunting like as an option, that's when I went, balls to the walls with it and decided to get a Hoyt Axis and just kind of went nuts with it. Started shooting every single day and learning, watching the YouTube videos and listening to podcasts at work and doing as much as I could to, try to fill a freezer in Montana. But yeah, I'm pretty new to it still, all things considered. And there's just so much you can learn, especially when you get into the specs of like your arrow build and things
Oh
like
yeah,
that. That I just call myself, brand new still. Even though I've shot some deer with it now, it's like I feel like I really haven't gotten anywhere with it. But it's cool
that
to
that
cool to hear that you've been into it for a while.
yeah. No, it's a fun sport, and with archery, it's always something you can consistently get better at. You got to muscle memory is
Definitely.
huge part of archery, and continually practicing in the off season to be able to be spot on when you got a big Tom strutting in front of you or deer that's only going to present you with the split second shot opportunity. It's one of those things that just kind of fascinates me. And now I actually moved to Northwest Iowa this past year, doing farm management up here. So now I'm going to be not quite like you chasing stuff in the hills of Montana, but chasing stuff in the Los Hills here in Iowa. Probably a little bit less terrain than out there, but still something different scenery for sure.
Still a challenge in its own way, though, 100%.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm joining the saddle hunting gang out here, so we'll see how that goes. I still got it in the box. I got it a couple months ago. I haven't found time to go out and actually saddle myself up there and practice, so it doesn't have to be a in the dark kind of deal. Co- Come October.
Definitely, yeah. I'm in the same boat. We actually got a new partnership with the company this past spring. I'm just kind of waiting on some, dotting some T's and crossing some, or wow, dotting some I's and crossing some T's on a couple things before, we release the news and everything. But got a nice partnership coming, and I got a saddle set up in the mail, I think. I don't know. I know that it was all back ordered, so I'm still waiting on things. But got a new setup coming on. I can't wait to open it up and give it a try. I've tested them out before, but I've never actually shot a bow out of a saddle setup, and it's definitely a new game, and I'm excited for it. Another challenge, you know.
Well, you're further than I am. I've yet to touch one, so we'll be learning together.
I don't even, yeah, seriously. I don't even know if what I did even counts. It was one of those like setups at an expo, and
Okay.
they have like fake trees with
Yep.
their, you know, with their setup all ready for you, and they walk you through it. And you know, I wish I could say I remember everything they told me, but I forgot it all. So it's gonna be super weird opening the box and just looking at the bits and pieces of it and trying to figure it out. But hopefully, a couple YouTube videos will help me out on that end.
I was gonna say
But yeah, looking
get
forward to it big time.
every foot of the tree. Get up higher is when you're starting to press replay. Make sure you're doing shit right from watching YouTube videos. That's what I've been trying to do a little bit, but I don't know. There's
Oh,
so much you got to
exactly.
figure out on your own as
Yeah, and
well.
oh, definitely. Yeah, and I'm sure it's kind of busier part of the season for you as well, or it's just hard to find time to get out there and practice, you know, or even research it much.
Yeah. Moved here in February, and honestly, haven't. I think I've only been up here 3 weekends, staying in the weekend. So it's been tough.
Oh, yeah.
Been back home quite a bit, but in those 3 weekends, I've done some door knocking, and I have got pretty lucky. Got some spots lined up. Got about four four turkey spots and two deer spots. A couple in Cherokee County and uh, four in Woodbury. Not sure to the extent of how
Oh,
good
yeah.
they are at producing wild game, but it's a start.
Well, everything's everywhere, you know. They'll be traveling. They'll be around for sure. At least the deer, I know. Turkeys, I'm still new at that too. Speaking of, how'd you do this past season?
I only got out for turkeys 3 times. I was with the career change. I guess I shouldn't totally blame it on. It's more so myself, but was studying for my real estate exams and kind of getting caught up with what this new job would bring, and was doing some fishing, had some weddings and bachelor party stuff, and before I knew it, it was May and grass was to my waist and wasn't going back out. But it's usually one of those things I actually hit pretty hard. In college, I remember my junior year, I had 28, 29 sits turkey hunting before I got my 3 birds. But college was one of those
Holy
things
cow.
where I went with a couple buddies, a lot of just door knocking, um, south of Lincoln, west of Lincoln, and up north of Lincoln as well. A couple buddies that would door knock and have their own spots, and I had my own spots, and we kind of just go back and forth with each other. And we were pretty fortunate. There's a good eastern population uh, there there around Lincoln.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty new at the turkey, so it's like I was lucky enough to, you know, harvest one this past season, fill my tag, but it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot harder than I thought. I missed several. Um,
I
accidentally
was out in
blew up my bow in
Wisconsin.
the process too. Yeah, that was in Wisconsin. But I did make it a little extra challenging on myself and decided to bow hunt them. But yeah, I definitely learned my lesson on that one. It's I kind of went into it thinking it was easier than what it actually is, you know. And I thought the bow would just be, you know, a little more challenging. I didn't think it'd be as hard as it really was, but yeah, definitely
Hmm.
got blessed on being able to fill a tag, and I think it's honestly a lifetime turkey that I shot. I don't know if I'll be able to top it, but it'll be cool
Really?
to, you know, get into traveling a little bit. Yeah, I shot like a five beard turkey. It had 40 inches of beard total. And so,
Holy shit.
you
I'll
know,
say.
yeah,
Yeah, that'll be tough to beat.
to me at first, I was like, yeah, this is cool. Like, that's pretty uncommon, right? And I had texted some buddies, and especially the Montana guys, the turkeys aren't as big out there, so they're all freaking out. And I'm like, oh, what? Like, did I kill something cool? They're like, yeah, dude, like you should mount that thing. I'm like, okay, I'll do so. And
That's
then the
awesome.
more I learned about it, I was like, okay, yeah, this is a good kill. But
Is that public,
it's only the
private?
start, hopefully. It was private, the door knock situation, and it was kind of urban hunting too. So I didn't even have an option of a shotgun in this location. I just know it
Okay.
was like there were a lot of turkeys in the area, and no one really hunts this area that I'm hunting. But it was nice enough. I got to double down for deer season as well. The lady was like, "I do not like the deer or the turkeys are eating stuff out of my garden. Could you take care of them ASAP?" I'm like, "I'll do my best." So definitely got lucky there.
Hell yeah. No, that the whole urban residential hunting has kind of become a lot more popular, and there's one side of people that are more against it, and guys like you and I, it's just another opportunity to hunt, you know. I mean, sometimes those are the hidden gems, you know, those 5, 10 acre parcels that just your classic acreages with good creek bottom, good terrain, heavy timber through them. It's one of those things that can just produce well than going out to 1,000 acre public piece, you know.
Oh, exactly, yeah. And it was like turkey season was just a couple weeks away from when I first moved here. So I was like, I got to do something quick. And it was pretty local to where I live too. So I was like, this will work. And I could sneak out there right after work or right before work just to see like first hour or two before, the sun goes down or like comes up and just see what happens. But yeah, like I said, I just got super lucky. I don't think that'll ever happen again, but who
What was
knows,
the
you know?
story? What was the story of that bird? Did he take much calling? Is he by his lonesome or what?
Um, I called other birds, the ones I missed at. This one just kind of came out of nowhere, and there were two toms. Shot once and I missed, and then it turned. Both of them turned around, and I ended up shooting the other one, the one that I didn't shoot at the first time. Um, And yeah, it was just happened to be closer and just happened to be bigger too. I couldn't even like see the, multiple beards on it. It just looked like one fat one. And they both like pretty much looked the same size. So I was like, whatever, I'll shoot whatever's closer. And I got lucky when they were walking away and, kept it pretty well intact too, all things considered. Using a bow, it didn't like slice its head or anything. So I was pretty happy with that too, knowing that now I'm gonna mount it. And yeah, I don't know, it wasn't too thrilling compared to the other like ones that I've missed a couple days prior. I was like those I called in and everything. I just, kind of was caught sleeping and didn't execute. So
Yeah, that's one of those things with turkeys too. Is they can come in silent out of nowhere and goes from 0 to 100 real quick trying to get ready, huh?
oh yeah. And I didn't think, it's just in my mind when coming into it, I'm like, oh, it's just another bird. And I see them everywhere, especially here in Wisconsin. Like Montana, it's like they're hard to find out there. I've only seen one turkey the whole time I was hunting, and I wasn't even looking for it, but could only find the one. And out here, it's like I feel like every field you look in, there's at least 10 of them. But when it came down to it, I was, it was like buck fever all over again. So that's kind of drawing me towards it again in the next season.
Right? Did you have to stay drawn back on them for a while, or it was kind of a quick?
No, it was quick execution. Yeah, both of them or both shots. I guess I just drew back and took my time on the shot, but they were walking. So missed that first one just right over it. And I didn't even range it because I didn't totally have time to in my mind. They were, I would say, speed walking, just right past me.
Gotcha.
So on that second one, they like started walking straight out from me instead of like to my left. So I felt like that one I got a little more time to aim and like total like process of what yard I thought it was, and it ended up being like 30 yards. So just nailed it on the money that second shot. But
Gotcha. Nothing beats that. Whatever way it gets done.
exactly, yeah. And I don't think I'll ever get that lucky again. No, I know that was probably like a rookie thing for sure, but I'll take it. I'll use that as
I
motivation for next season, right?
Oh yeah. I can't say I've ever seen a double beard in my lifetime. More or less a five beard.
Oh, you'll have to come on up here sometime. Shoot a Wisconsin turkey at least. I'll bring you out to this spot because I swear I didn't see a Jake until after my season ended. Every time that walks by, giant paintbrush hitting the ground type of thing. But yeah, there's definitely several sitting around here that are just like, some guys would dream about. And I definitely, excuse me, I definitely took that for granted. But now that I know, it's like, okay, sweet. This is, that golden gem that we were talking about that in the urban areas, you just never really know. And yeah, all I can say is I can't be more like thankful for the situation. We're blessed for it, but it's mind boggling to me how like unaware I was in the moment.
For sure.
But that's enough about me. This episode is about you, man. So what about you? What's best turkey memory? What got you into turkey hunting?
All the same piece that we deer hunt and right by where we kind of duck hunt too. Um, there's good population of birds. Growing up, there was always a lot more. It's kind of had its cycles going up and down, but there's two kind of groups of turkeys that work the 400 acres that are south of the river. Um, there's been years that it's ranged from 10 to 12 toms around the area to around six. So we've done pretty good at trying to control the population over the years when we know there's only so many back there, or there wasn't a good hatch year. We wouldn't be shooting five toms a year. There'd be years we'd only shoot a couple. But another one of those things that my dad got me into growing up, youth season turkey hunting. Those are some memories that are etched into my mind. A couple times dad and I got out there and was fortunate enough to get a double with them, and just having toms working the decoys and them goblins just like thunder, making you shake at 10, 15 yards away. And just one of those things that you don't forget.
Oh, totally. Was he pretty diehard with the bow with turkeys as well?
Yes and no, but when we hunted back there, was a lot more shotgun, run and gun. But we did
Sure
use
deal.
did use bows as well, and he actually continues to still use a bow. From that, oh, bow season opens March 25th, and then shotguns usually second, third week of April. But we'll hunt hard back there with the bow from early April till shotgun, and then kind of switch it up. With the bow, I haven't really done much run and gun for turkey. It's actually kind of one of the things I want to do, but can't move a lot when you're running and gunning with the bow. It's one of those things that's just, I don't know. Dad and I enjoy running and gunning with our shotguns, and That's just kind of what we've done. I'm sure one of these years I'll try to run around with the bow, but nothing beats the adrenaline of going back and forth to the hammer and time or getting the hen pissed off and either working them towards you when you're in when you're in the blind or chasing with the gun. And all that back there that we hunt is just all hardwoods, um, pretty thick timber. There's some openings, a couple creeks that run through there, but there's no field edge, um, no pinch points that you're going to be able to sit next to, that have openings to see them, flying down into a field or anything. So the thickness of it, I think, is helpful and hurtful. You can't see them super far away, but you can also stay hidden better.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Wisconsin's pretty similar on that page when it comes to hunting in the woods. Um, Even with deer too, it's like sometimes it sucks, but sometimes it's your greatest advantage is just being in that thick shit.
No doubt. Or even trying to use the terrain to your advantage. If you got a little creek that, not so much in back home south of the Platte there, but around Lincoln where I went to school and we door knocked there for 4 years. There's a couple spots that were really cool that you would have never guessed that it was Lincoln, Nebraska. Just high arching hills, deep creek bottoms that you kind of use to your advantage in terms of tricking the bird and getting on the backside of them. But no, that was really fun.
Yeah,
I
and
had
I'm
some buddies in college that we got into turkey hunting pretty hard, and they got addicted to it a little bit more. And one of those things that just kind of feed off of.
oh, definitely. Yeah, and that's a great feeling too. I only had like two kids specifically that I was buddies with in high school, and that we were basically the only guys that hunted in our whole school. Um, I went to high school in the city of Milwaukee, so it was like a lot of dudes just were not about it, you know. And
I
coming
can
from the
relate to that
suburbs, it's just like, yeah, but yeah, it's a good feeling just to know that like you got somebody's into it, or whether they stuck with it or not. It was just in the moment, like having someone to relate to that was your own age instead of doing it all yourself, and experiencing those fun things by yourself. It's like definitely more fun with some buddies with you.
for sure. No doubt. Going with buddies. Like, I mean, waterfowl, deer, turkey. I mean, those experiences in college going with buddies is one of those things that you don't forget. I had one of my buddies that shot his biggest buck ever. Uh, there was three of us in the blind during rifle season. That was a hell of a time. And
Oh, hell yeah.
going with buddies for, like I kind of said, teal hunting specifically, but big duck and goose season as well. Just getting everybody together, and you have people that don't are new to it. You have people that have done it quite a bit, and bring them all together and shoot the shit.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, with big game, I don't know if I've experienced with like with buddies specifically. Definitely my dad, he's usually with me for all the bucks that I've killed in my life, but well, minus Montana, but in Montana, it's like every time I went out for big game with friends, I don't know if we were too rowdy or what, but we'd never have success. But if I was by myself, then it was like, got those opportunities. And it's always funny telling them too, be like, yep, I went out like whatever morning you were busy and, we got some success. It's just you think they're bad luck or something. But
Right?
I am
Yeah.
I am planning to come back to Wisconsin or more like go up north Wisconsin this fall and hunt with some buddies, and I'm looking forward to that big time, kind of the Wisconsin feel. I don't know if it's a Midwest thing or Wisconsin feel of hunting camp and like, drinking beers with the boys at the lodge and going out at night or in the mornings and at night for some big bucks, hopefully. But I'm looking forward to that experience because Montana is just like you're kind of all in or nothing, and it's more of a survival thing than, just going back to a house or a cabin or something and chilling out with the guys.
For sure. No, I totally get that. Solo hunting is fun and all, and it's cool to just experience nature by yourself sometimes. But at the same time, going with the group of guys for waterfowl, turkey, not so much deer. I kind of relate to you on that. That was kind of the only time I've ever hunted with buddies for deer. Other than that, it's just been either by myself or with my brother or with my dad. But like you were saying, you can't the night before a hunt with the fellows. You can't beat that.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. And the birds is like total separate story. You like almost got to go with your buddies or otherwise it's almost
Oh
not
yeah,
worth it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've gone out by myself plenty of times and have had fun, but it's like, it's another, it's just way better feeling when you're with the boys or whoever. Just
no doubt.
why suffer in the environment of, if it's snowing or raining or freezing, whatever, why suffer by yourself when you can suffer with the boys?
That's right.
So I forgot to say this in the introduction, but tell me a little bit about Outliers Outdoors.
Well, buddy and I started it in 23. So hell, that would have been sophomore, junior year of college. Cooper's his name. He kind of helped me get it started. I had the idea of wanting to make a channel because I hunt a good amount of waterfowl and have through high school, and never really thought about it till freshman year of college about wanting to make a channel because you always see it all throughout Instagram of guys making channels and documenting their hunts, and it's kind of something that was on my mind, but nothing that I got super serious about until bring it up to a buddy, and he made the logo. I had the name picked out and made the channel and attempted to make a YouTube page that we haven't uploaded to that much, but and then another buddy of mine, Sam, he had some editing skills in high school and he brought those to college and he's part of it as well. And there's there's really a group of 6 to 8 of us that have kind of hunted and made little films within the channel. So it's not just my own, but I just kind of spearheaded, I suppose. But Sam helps edit the videos, and it's been one of those things that, hey, let's go duck hunting and see what we can film. Tell you, I'm not sure how much we actually have filmed of stuff falling from the sky. It's more so pictures and little videos after the hunts. Can't tell you how many times you got birds coming in and I forget to press record, or I record and the camera falls down, and or you got their perfect video that you do record and nobody hits shit. That's a good one too.
Yeah,
That's where you do the little pocket and delete, right?
definitely. Yeah, been there.
Oh shit. I should just make a compilation of the several videos of misses.
I think uh I think if I did something similar to that, the video of misses would be 20 times longer than the videos of the success hits and everything. But
Oh yeah, for sure. But no, it's been, I don't know. I don't upload it to it too much. I really actually want to. I've got a couple different pot call and a mouth call turkey company that sends me stuff, a broadhead company that sends stuff, and a couple coffee brands that have sent stuff as well. I just haven't taken time to make the promotional ad for them yet, which I need to, but it's something I need to spend more time with and upload more. I think I will here once I get fully adjusted to this job and kind of work out my work versus fun schedule. You know,
Yeah, totally understandable. 100%.
but you see a
Yeah,
lot of people
it's hard to manage
making
that stuff
pages.
too.
What's that?
No, sorry. We'll go with what you're saying. I know the lag is still there a little bit, so
Nope,
appreciate
all
you,
good.
hanging in with
Yep,
me. And I think it's my internet. I gotta do something different next time and figure this out. I hope it hasn't been like this for every podcast I've had a guest on with, but I'm sure it has been, knowing my luck.
gotcha, gotcha. No, I was just gonna say that
But
there's a lot of younger guys out there that are making pages, and even guys that are older making pages that are documenting the hunting process and making little cool clips. And I just think it's awesome to see that people are sharing more and more of their hunts, and there's a bunch of comical stuff out there as well. So I think it'd be fun to document more stuff and make those little short clips. I mean, some of the short clips I got that you put some music on and it catches an algorithm, it just blows up. And I think we've just kind of got lucky on our page a little bit for the lack of content that I have, with people seeing the page and viewing it and following and stuff like that. It's kind of weird how
no,
the
yeah, and I
algorithm works
scroll
though
through
when
it
you post a certain video.
100%. Yeah, I'll scroll through it, and honestly, your content, like, it might not be much, but it's it's great content. It kept me, like, it caught my attention. I wanted to keep going. It didn't, like, I don't know. I'm kind of the opposite almost, where it's like I'll post a lot and it's not like getting any attention, but like, it's a
It's still
repetition
in
that I
people.
feel like a
It's
lot of
still
people
going to be
do
in,
look
exactly.
for.
Yeah, it's going to be in people's feeds one way or another
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, it's just like different strategy, but another way that, somehow works. And I'm still trying to get to learn that algorithm and whatnot. And I've had people recently tell me like certain ways to try to get those numbers up by using, even like AI or whatever, not using them for videos, but like just like chat GBT to let me know like what times to post, and what would help me the best, either like considering like what I'm posting and everything. And a lot goes into it, a lot more than you think about when it just, when you're making an Instagram post or a Facebook post or something like that. But
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
I think the
No,
page is awesome. Anyone that's listening has to go check it out for sure.
well, no, I appreciate the shout out. It's one of those things where, like you said, you kind of just have to keep making stuff if you want it to grow, you know, and catches an algorithm. What I've found is interacting on other posts as well has been pretty beneficial. I think I've seen commenting on other waterfowl, turkey, deer hunters posts, and just like I said, interacting with their post, I think brings more attention to your profile um, than I don't know what I'm trying to say. It brings more attention to your profile. It's underestimated, you know.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like it's got such a sweet logo too, that and like a catchy name. It just all of it kind of wraps together to draw attention in the first place. It looks legit. It sounds clean. You go to your page, there's awesome content. It's like, why not follow along for the ride? That's exactly how you do it.
Same with Prey Pursuit, right? Catchy name, you betcha.
Um, yeah, so with that brand, well, I mean, what are your goals with it? Where do you want to go? I know you're just saying you want to film more. I don't know what other ambitions you got with it.
You know, kind of had the podcast idea before, but never gone head over heels with it. I bought one of those little mini DJI mics that you can stick on a hat or shirt to try to film more of the shorts or whatever, as well as kind of go through the whole YouTube process from. I kind of like documenting from when I'm in my truck when it's pitch black out, saying what I'm up to for the day, where I'm headed, what the conditions are, and then kind of filming little videos throughout a deer, turkey hunt, or waterfowl hunt of how it's going. Which I don't think that really falls into the shorts that are only like the 20, 30 second long clips that grab your attention. So I gotta kind of figure out exactly what I want to do. But no, we've got uh sweatshirts. We had some shirts. Don't have any shirts right now, but gonna get a big stock of sweatshirts and hats and decals again here, and uh try to promote those a little bit. But I also haven't been super ambitious about getting a website or running any ads. It's just been a word of mouth kind of deal. Excuse me.
Yeah, definitely. When starting up too, I mean, I'm in the same boat where it's like it all adds up, you know? Like running the website, I had one up for probably 2 or 3 months, and I was like, this is almost pointless. Like I'm still, small, and like, yeah, I got merch to sell, but it's like I can do that through other sources like Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And it's not like there's a bunch of people trying to message me. It's usually just, random people here and there. I get a DM like, hey, you got merch? I'm like, yeah, here you go. But the website, it's just, they get expensive quick. And then, yeah, running ads, same thing. It all adds up. And, we're working guys, and we got, other priorities when it comes to even like hunting. Hunting, like we were saying, it's not cheap. Like money's got to go somewhere. So it's like, why waste your time with that?
For sure. No, I totally get that. And it's cool to see that you. I mean, we both have friends that are willing to support the brand and rep it quite a bit, actually. And it's one of those things that maybe it'll keep growing if you keep putting stuff out there. I mean, worst thing you can do is keep trying, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And that's all that really matters. Just gotta keep pushing forward. No matter how many breaks I take in this podcast, it'll always start up again somewhere.
Right.
Which speaking of, yeah, speaking of, that's why, I took the time to, I was like, all right, I need a second man here to talk to about things. I was getting sick of talking to myself. I even said it in the past, like last couple episodes. I'm just like, if anyone's looking, hit me up, because it's a lot of work. It's like, it doesn't seem like much, but when it comes down to it, like, just preparing, trying to contact other companies to chat with them, and then just editing and uploading and, making those posts, trying to do other things at the same time as keeping up with the podcast is just, it's a lot going on. So yeah, I'm happy you're here, happy you're joining the crew a little bit, and I'm happy to promote everything with Outliers Outdoors as well.
I appreciate that. Well, same with you guys at Prey Pursuit. Is it mainly Spotify deal?
Yeah, Spotify is my main route. I am on YouTube as well. I upload the podcast there just because not everyone uses Spotify. I actually did recently get onto Apple Podcasts, so I might be kind of eliminating the YouTube route, but for now I'm just going to leave it because why not? Um, but yeah, it's mostly Spotify. Most listeners come from there. And I need to figure out if the Apple thing is still working, because it's supposed to, like, once I upload it to the one, it's supposed to get uploaded to all three. I don't even know if that works with the Apple. So, but short answer, yes, mostly Spotify. For YouTube, I'm in the same boat of trying to film more this fall and get up. My goal is to get two like decent films up, one waterfowl and one whitetail for this fall. But
Gotcha.
I will be traveling a little bit more for hunting this fall, so that'll hopefully make it easier to, get motivated to make a film and not just like another weekend and doing the same thing every weekend. And, it's hard to make a story out of that. So I don't know,
For
those are my
sure.
goals, but we'll see where it goes.
Hey, always got to have goals, right? It keeps you moving, keeps you thinking.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I think we'll just wrap it up here. Do you got anything to add before we head out?
I don't. I really appreciate you having me on, and like you kind of said, as we do a few more of these, it'll become a little bit more natural. Have some more stories to tell. But no, I think it'll be fun.
Oh yeah, it definitely it's definitely weird the first couple. Like yeah, I'll like almost, especially when I was first starting off, I'd be like contacting buddies that I know hunt and like have, good stories. And then I'll have them on and we chat for a while. I'll like bring up certain topics and and then, that's that. And then later on I'll hear a really cool story that was about hunting, and I was like, where was this during the podcast? And it was like, well, I just kind of, like forgot everything, like, what words to say, and it just it gets awkward sometimes. So, and I'm sure I'm not as like natural as I felt a couple months ago when I was doing these every week, but I mean, I'll get into the routine again pretty soon here, and I'm also trying to upgrade, everything, the internet, just the looks of all this, because I don't love the brick in the background, and it looks like I'm in an unfinished basement, which I am. So, trying to get real mics and everything. So yeah, it can only go up from here. That's what I always tell people too who do listen. It's not a bunch, but I do have consistent listeners, which I'm super grateful for, but it's like, I'm sorry, guys, hang in with me. Like, it will only get better. I have big ideas. It takes time to build,
For sure. And with those ideas and with storytelling, it's one of those things that it's a skill to tell them in a way that captivates the people that are listening. So that's one of those things that this will be good for me to build that skill. Because I got some stories just about getting them off right.
No, definitely. Yeah. And it's like, there's stories, it's like, do I even tell this one? Because I don't want to piss the people off, like
Mm-hmm.
like shit happens, life is life, but it's like I don't want to say something that's gonna get me in trouble either, or a buddy in trouble, and it's like you gotta pick and choose the right wording or even the right story. So
No
yeah,
doubt.
it all comes down to it, but like I said, it'll get more natural for sure as we continue, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Heck yeah, so am I.
Well, hell yeah. All right, Logan. Until next episode. I'll see you then.
Heck yeah, appreciate you having me on, Brad.